Pardons are for sale in Trump's administration, and triple Trumpers in red states are finally waking up a little bit in their town halls. We see in Iowa, Representative Ashley Hinson goes in, and she is so proud of herself. And here's what her constituents say.
I was also proud to vote for President Trump's One Big Beautiful Bill last week. This is a generational investment. This is a general.
Okay, good. Does that give you any hope for the midterms? I kind of have a little bit of hope for the midterms.
I have massive hope for the midterms, just even historically, what happens with an incumbent president. My concern is what they have been breaking and what they're doing, and that these people don't want to give up power. And my concern is that in that bill, I think there was some stuff about elections. There's some stuff about not having elections on time. I believe that I'm correct about that. Have you read that?
I've read about how they're undermining the judiciary, like Trump not following orders is going to be fine. So there's a lot of stuff put in there that you're not seeing.
If we have free and fair elections, they're going to get their asses handed to them. But just as an aside, what is that white woman standing there voting for that kind of crap when the entire bill will further marginalize and do away with all of the advancement of women that led her to be able to stand right there? I mean, this is just insanity that you have a political party that is so anti-woman and women signing up to be a part of that party.
No, I completely agree. And that's what makes me so angry about these women. They forget women before you made it okay for you to have this job, for you to run to Congress. Like Judge Jeanine, the only reason you're able to do this is because of the women before you. It's so gross. Okay, then we have, and you know what else just drives me crazy? If I have to hear the big, beautiful bill one more time, I mean, that grosses me out. It's so unprofessional. It's so ridiculous.
Yeah, but I mean, I know here's the least. Like, I mean, what he's talking about trophy wives, Hannibal Lecter. He tried to give oral sex to a microphone, bobbing around with a puppy killer. I mean, you know, what did he say? Cryptologist. You know, I mean, he's going to keep doing this shit, and that's what he is. He's a brander, right? You know, I put my name on everything, and you know. Happy Memorial Day to the liberal scum. You know, it's just a fucking moron. Just Jesus Christ.
No, it's bad. Okay, and then we have in Nebraska, Mike Flood gets called out by his constituents. Like it was good stuff. I was happy to see this happening.
President is destroying our democracy by defying the courts and the Constitution, attacking and silencing free speech in the media, allowing security breaches, erasing history, using tax dollars and presidential power for personal gains. Your votes, actions, and inactions show that you are a fascist politician, so please explain how you are not encouraging fascism, and are you going to invoke articles of impeachment against Trump?
How about that? In a Republican town hall, articles of impeachment and fascism is used. And it sounds like she knows how to use the word fascism. And that's what I hear all the time from Democrat in articles and things saying, well, people don't really understand what fascism is. Sounds like she knows exactly what it is.
Well, I mean, here's the thing. Democrats are sitting there talking about messaging instead of messaging. They're talking about how do we message? Instead of just messaging, should we say oligarchy or should we say rich people? Maybe say both. Maybe put your foot on the accelerator and smash it down as hard as you fucking can if you give a shit about humanity, if you give a shit about the United States of America, and do not tap the brakes, do not put it in neutral, do not idle. Walk and chew gum at the same time. And, you know, there is that saying, the soft bigotry of low expectations. Take this message to middle America and tell them why they can't have nice things. It's not because of a drag show. It's not because of a trans person. It's not because of an immigrant. It's not because of a black person. It's because of these white men that think they are the exception. They think the rules that apply to you don't apply to them. They think you have to pay into Social Security, and then what they're going to do, they don't like the way it's run, they're going to take it away from you. These people have been lying to you for decades, and the Democrats need to expose the lie. And if you're compromised in that message, Democrats, expose yourself in the process and say you were wrong and atone, but save the country. For God's sakes, this is insane.
Okay, and then also in the same town hall, Mike Flood is asked about these legal overreach and how Trump is trying to undermine the judiciary. And he admits he hasn't read it, which I just found to be the most MAGA thing on the planet. Oh, yeah, I signed it and I'm taking away health care from almost 14 million people, taking food out of kids' mouths, but I didn't read it. Here we go.
I voted for that bill. It allows us to extend the tax cuts that were proffered in 2017.
You promised that you would not vote for a bill that cut Social Security and Medicare. You either lied to us or you have been bullied into voting against our health care in favor of giving $5 trillion in tax breaks to billionaires.
Most of the cuts in the bill really addressed Medicaid. When we say you have to work in order to earn the Medicaid, we don't have that problem in Nebraska. This provision was unknown to me when I voted for the bill.
What? That's your job. That is your job. And I know that Mike Johnson did it overnight and he fed it to people, but you're cutting health care, Social Security benefits, SNAP benefits, and you didn't read the bill and you don't have the intellectual self-preservation not to fucking admit it.
Here's what pisses me off. This is an opportunity for Democrats to say, hey, Republicans, you're the party of personal accountability, the party of personal responsibility. And this dipshit goes and votes against people in his district receiving the benefits that they've paid into. And then he shows up and says, the dog ate my homework. Are you kidding me? And further in this clip, another one that I saw online, the crowd erupts in a chant saying, tax the rich, tax the rich. So this is my message to Democrats. Some of you want to say oligarchy. Some of you want to say tax the rich. Say both. Walk and chew gum. We are on the precipice. We are hanging in the balance. These people are total dipshits, and the triple Trumpers are finding around. They fucked around and now they are finding out. So say everything all the time, all at once, everywhere, every chance you can get, because this is an absolute assault on the working class people in this country and has been a decades-long lie that has been perpetrated by the Republican Party, the party of family, the party of faith, the party of Jesus, the party of Judeo-Christian values. They don't give a shit about anything except for capitalism and the shareholders getting bigger jets and even bigger yachts, and it's gross, and you have been lied to. They're going to take your Social Security. They're going to take your Medicaid because everything's all about being privatized. And another thing, while I'm on the subject, you have dipshit governors like ours, Kevin Stitt, who rolls out and says stuff like, well, I want to run government like I run a business. Right. That is intellectually stupid. It is so unbelievably void of any sense of knowledge about the basic way government works and what the purpose of it is and the way businesses work. You want to run government the way the tobacco industry ran cigarettes? You want to run government the way the oil and gas company is fracking in, poisoning water? That's what you want to do, because business always harms people for profits. Government is supposed to have inspectors general that inspect that to keep us safe. Go message it, Democrats. Fucking message it, because this is a layup, and they're letting these dipshits dictate everything and take our country down all at once, while Chuck Schumer is writing a very strongly worded letter. Right. And we're at the State of the Union or whatever, holding up a sign. Right. Come on.
Right. We can do better than that. And if you can't, Chuck Schumer, Hakeem Jeffries, let somebody else do better, because you're not cutting the mustard. Okay, one other thing I wanted to bring up before we it's been getting a lot of headlines, and it is, as we have seen over and over and over again, and you have made a great point that it's by design. They're doing all of this corruption out in the open. People are donating money to Trump and they're getting pardoned. So we have the reality TV stars, Todd and Julie Christie, who have now been released, and it was $30 million in fraudulent loans, tax evasion, and Then we have their daughter, who has some notoriety, Savannah Chrisley, speaks at the Republican National Convention in 2024. And now, even though Trump's Justice Department put these people away in 2017, now they are being released because they have been pardoned by President Trump. And I could sit here and give you a list of the people that have bought pardons from this administration until my head fell off. But I think it is such an important point, so I'd like you to make it again, about doing this in public and how it makes everyone feel, because it was not something I picked up on.
So the MAGA response to this is, we're doing it transparently. We're doing it out in the open. Joe Biden was using an auto pen. Well, it doesn't matter that Trump has cameras in front of him all the time and a narrator in a show and tell class in his white trash Oval Office. It doesn't matter. This is still corruption. And I think that if we had a real Supreme Court, we could address, and a real Congress, we could address the issue of pardons, because it clearly needs to be addressed, the presidential pardon issue. But he's doing this out in the open on purpose to say, I am all powerful. I am all knowing. I get to do whatever I want. And then this spin that, Caroline KKK Levitt with her, handmade tell cross, is that, he's doing it transparently. You're exactly right. This is transparent corruption.
Right.
You're exactly right. So Democrats, take it over the finish line. Say, yes, they are being very transparent about their corruption. But also they cherry pick their transparency, because I want to remind everybody that they've gone to the Supreme Court to try to get everything that Elon Musk, all of the shit that he did there, which I can guarantee you is taking investigations and nevering them off into a deleted mailbox that Big Balls has the keys to forever, investigations into him. But they don't want that to be transparent. So they cherry pick what transparency they want. But this type of thing is on purpose. They're saying, look, we are for sale. Remember those cards that Howard Netlick talks about all the time?
The gold cards.
Yes. And the United States is for sale to everybody except for the working class Americans. You are getting wadded up and thrown under the bus. You got to quit watching Fox News, get off the right-wing media tit, and try to save yourself, because they are coming for you and you're going to feel it the most.
Right. And I see so many Trumpers online. This is not what I voted for. I thought he was going to deport criminals. You voted for a criminal to deport criminals and you thought that was going to work? I mean, these people are just either not paying attention or not very smart. I don't know which. But stick with us for more news.